Hello there, everybody. This is Mohammed Sikandar, and I'm actually here today recording this podcast for two reasons. One, it's part of my assignment, and as part of my assignment, I have to record a podcast. Number two, I've always wanted to, start a podcast or try talking to people about my ideas and put it out there. And I think this course has given me enough confidence to actually do it and post my first podcast. So without further ado, let's get into it. Basically, this is a marketing insight podcast where I'll be bringing you some of the latest trends as we move forward after this part of my assignment. And so my name is Sikandar, and my focus today is, as part of my first episode, the valuable insights that were shared by the marketing guru Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, the reason I chose this topic is because I myself, with my girlfriend, I want to introduce or start a business about cooking. She likes baking, I like cooking. So we thought we can actually start something like this where we just give it out to students and on the side make some money on top of it. So that's the reason I chose this particular topic from our integrated digital marketing class. And I'd really like to go through it. First, I went through the entire video and I broke it down into 5 segments that I'm going to talk about. And then later on, I will be talking about the points that I'm instructed by my professor to follow. And those points are the 3 things that I did not know before, 2 things that surprised me, and 1 situation where I can apply the knowledge. So let's start with the first segment, which I actually named it Building a Strong Brand and Following Attention. Now, in this segment, Gary emphasizes the paramount importance of building a strong brand and following attention in social media marketing. He contends that selling through platforms like Google AdWords is essential, but the ultimate form of selling lies in creating a brand that people genuinely care about. Drawing from personal experiences, Gary actually urged businesses to evolve constantly, adapt to changing platforms, and prioritize where the audience's attention really is. In segment 2, which I would like to call accountability, adaptability, and the creative aspect, Gary starts by underlining the importance of accountability, urging businesses to match their actions with the promises. He emphasizes the need to adapt to various platforms, debunking the misconception that platforms like Instagram are to blame for lack of success. Gary warns about the potential decline of Google AdWords due to the rise of AI bots in search, emphasizing the significance of investing in the creative aspect of social media content creation. Moving on to segment 3, which I would like to call the rise of AI bots and staying adaptable. Gary just delves into the increasing importance of AI bots like ChatGPT in the future of search, foreseeing potential consequences for businesses not adapting. Now, at the same time, he draws the parallels with the rise of TikTok. He urges businesses to be proactive in keeping up with changing platforms and trends, stressing the danger of complacency in the ever-evolving landscape of social media marketing. With the segment 4, that is the accountability and adaptability in changing platforms, he continues the theme of adaptability. Gary discusses the extraordinary attention platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts are receiving, impacting organic reach. He again warns against the complacency, urging marketeers to stay informed and willing to learn new strategies. Gary also emphasized the concept of accountability in business, encouraging a mindset shift where business owners view themselves as working for their employees to foster growth and loyalty. In the last segment, the segment number 5, which I named as Employee Needs, Influence Marketing, and Putting in the Work, Gary shifts his focus to building a positive company culture, highlighting the efficiency gained when employees stay with the company for a long time, explores the potential of influencer marketing, cautioning about its pricing dynamics. The podcast concludes with Gary stressing, or the video concludes with Gary stressing the importance of work and the importance of putting in the work, understanding individual strengths, and not letting fear hinder the implementation of learned strategies in social media marketing. Moving on to the 3 questions, or the 3 points that I'm actually supposed to answer, where the first point is the 3 things that I did not know before. Now, it's a 45-minute video, which I just summarized into a roughly 4 or 5-minute talk that I just gave. What I actually learned the 3 points that I did not know are, I would say, that Google AdWords is declining with the help of ChatGPT and AI bots. I did not know that, because I always thought that Google AdWords, people still pay Google a huge chunk of money for a reason. And with Gary being such an influencing marketeer, I realized the fact that, okay, and I got cautioned as well before starting my own venture that I do not have to spend that amount of money on Google, and instead just go out and do something. The second point that I did not know was that being on camera is not necessary to succeed in social media marketing. For a person like me who wants to introduce a food business on Instagram or TikTok or perhaps on Facebook, I do not have to be the face. I can do that with clicking some good pictures, posting them in a professional manner, and I can reach my audience that I really intend to reach. Another part that the third point and the final point that I did not know before was there is a potential of growth by writing detailed caption on our Instagram posts, which I did not know before either. Because now this gives me a hint that, okay, if I have to post something on on Instagram when I start my venture, I can put in a caption of a detail about a food, or a detail about a particular dish or pricing or something like that, which can help me reach my audience. Now, the second point that actually says the 2 things that surprised me. The first thing is he talked about how Mr. Beast is spends $150,000 on just the thumbnails for every video. Now, if you do the math, and you do not even have to do the math, considering the results he's getting on those videos, I would say that he pretty much earns back that 150,000 in about an hour or 2, or maybe max. Let's say he earns it back in about 3 hours, which is totally worth it. Now, this gives you an idea that how investing back in your venture, not just earning the money and enjoying with it, investing back in it can lead to fruitful results. The second thing that surprised me was the oversupply of content leads to few organic reach. That part is understandably true. I think that's mostly common sense as well. But the reason it surprised me because I never really thought about it. Now, if I take a look at, like, even if I think of my own personal Instagram, and I went to a concert, maybe I posted 15 stories from there. Or if I post 15 videos, not just stories, but as posts, I will not get the same amount of likes on in all of those 15 videos because people will get tired. Now, if my own followers do not have the time to react, to like all of my 15 posts, or do not have the time to view all of my 15 posts, stories at once, how do I expect a person who I don't know, who I really want him or her to be my follower, to follow my account, and how do I expect them to go through my content if I'm posting 15 videos a day or 10 videos a day? That does not bring the organic reach. Maybe they're gonna watch two, three, move on. What if there was something important in the seventh video or the sixth and they did not reach that point? So this is actually another good point that surprised me, and I would really use this moving on. That brings me to the last part, which is one situation where you can apply the knowledge, and I think I've already answered it throughout this podcast. But I'll be applying it to the venture that I'm really interested in to start the probably mid of next year, because we're deciding on a couple things, and since we're having the internship load of internship and thesis right now, which is why we're taking it forward to the mid of next year. And I think this part really helps me to understand and would really help me how to carry that venture forward. Well, that wraps up today's episode of Marketing Insights, I reckon. I really hope that you found Gary's wisdom and my input on building a strong brand, following attention, and staying adaptable in social media marketing very enlightening. Stay tuned for more insights on this podcast and the dynamic landscape of digital marketing. This is Mohammed Sikandar signing off. Until next time, keep innovating and thriving in the world of marketing. Cheers. Bye bye.